menyapa-nyapa yang sudah ada di online ya teman-teman mahasiswa dan juga dosen yang bisa berpartisipasi via online. Oke, bisa dinyalakan kamera dan menggunakan background yang sudah diberikan. Selamat pagi, semoga dalam keadaan sehat semua, baik yang di online maupun di offline di sini. Yeah, I am Riri, your master of ceremony for today, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to today's special lecture event at Universitas Siber Asia. I hope you're as excited as I am for the insightful discussions and knowledge sharing that will take place today. I also would like to greet our rector, Prof. Jang Yoncho, PhD CPA. Good morning. Our Vice Rector for Academic and Research, Bapak Dr. Ucuk Darussalam STMT. Selamat pagi, Bapak. Okay, and our special lecturer from Soonchunhyang University, Prof. Kangbin Yim. 안녕하십니까? 네, 와주셔서 진심으로 감사드립니다. Okay, so Prof. Kangbin Yim is a professor in the Department of Information Security Engineering at Soonchunhyang University. And today he will deliver an interesting topic entitled A Lovely Day in Lisa, How We Prepare to Defend Against Cyber Attacks with Subteam Taxonomic Security and Safety Analysis of Distributed Embedded Software for Automotive Platforms. And please give him big applause. So before we start our session, all the attendees are requested to please stand up for singing our national anthem, Indonesia Raya, and also Mars Universitas Siber Asia.
Universitas Siber Asia, kampus siber pertama, mengemban tugas tridharma, membina anak bangsa, maju bersama dengan UNSIA, meraih cita-cita, menyongsong masa depan cerah dengan semangat baja, menjadi insan cerdas mulia, berkarya dengan teknologi, berdaya saing mendunia, gemilang penuh prestasi. Universitas Siber Asia terus melangkah maju atas berkat rahmat Tuhan, kan abadi namamu. Semangat tridharma selalu membara di dadamu. Universitas Universitas Siber Asia jaya sepanjang masa.
Okay, thank you, and please have a seat. Okay, next we are going to watch a company profile from Universitas Siber Asia.
Developed countries are determined by the quality of their human resources. Human resources quality, mastering science and technology, has a major role in creating innovation, efficiency, and good management in the development of a country. Therefore, education is the main key to building superior human resources for the progress of a nation. Unfortunately, there are still many levels of society who have yet to have the opportunity to achieve higher education in Indonesia. This can be seen from the gross participation rate or APK of Indonesian higher education, which is still below 40%. The number of high school or vocational high school graduates and equivalent who continue to higher education is still lagging behind neighboring countries, such as Singapore and Malaysia, which have reached 80%, and South Korea, which has reached 98%. Factors such as technological, geographical, and economic barriers prevent many from pursuing further studies. Universitas Siber Asia, or UNSIA, is the first cyber university in Indonesia, inaugurated on September 22, 2020, by the 13th Vice President of Indonesia, Professor Kiai Haji Maruf Amin, and the Minister of Education, Research and Technology, Nadiem Makarim. Located in Yogyakarta, UNSIA offers full online learning, accessible anytime and anywhere. The presence of UNSIA was initiated by the idea of forming a cyber university in Indonesia that could provide access to higher education to all groups. This began with cooperation between Indonesia and Korea. Through two institutions, the Foundation for Advancing Science and Culture, or UNIK, and Hankook University, Korea in 2017. As the determination to increase the gross participation rate of higher education grew stronger, finally in 2019, the Ministry of Education, Research and Technology granted the principal permit at the National Technology Awakening Day event in Bali. At that time, the government also introduced Professor Jang Yungcho as the first foreign rector in Indonesia. In its 4 years of existence, UNSIA has over 5,000 active students with 15,000 registrants spread across 38 provinces in Indonesia and 11 countries worldwide. UNSIA is committed to making higher education accessible and affordable for all, helping students achieve their dreams and build brighter futures. UNSIA's achievements have also received recognition from national and international institutions. Among others, by achieving accreditation from BANPT, or the National Accreditation Board for Higher Education for the institutions, and all its study programs with the excellence value and international accreditation from the European Agency for Higher Education accreditation for the institution and its 5 undergraduate study programs, which are management, accounting, information systems, informatics, and communication. UNSIA is also preparing to establish an undergraduate program for distance learning study program in the fields of information technology, Korean language, and the master degree program of management to provide a variety of study programs options for the entire community. As a private institution that has a license as the first fully online university, UNSIA has also proven itself to be the first online university that has been accredited nationally and internationally. Learning that can be accessed anytime and anywhere, students are provides flexibility for those who want to improve their higher education, even in limited space and time. The global collaboration increases students' insight and knowledge to enjoy world-class learning from various teaching professors and practitioners from well-known national and foreign universities. By implementing a synchronous and asynchronous method through a learning management system or LMS, students can access learning materials that are delivered according to their abilities and time that can be adjusted to their needs. Learning materials in the form of PowerPoint and video learning, recorded in a studio with the latest technology. Practicums with virtual lab and unlimited learning resources are provided to facilitate student learning. Not only that, lectures are ready to provide explanations virtually in synchronous form, so that students can have a better understanding of the material presented. The Student Development Program is one of UNSIA's primacy that cannot be separated from the online learning process. Various on-site meeting programs, such as the Human Touch and Connection Program, UNSIA Homecoming, and Disnatalis are carried out to increase interaction and friendship between academicians of Universitas Siber Asia. Visits to various regions and countries are also one of the routine programs carried out to greet students spread both domestically and abroad. Furthermore, UNSIA students have the opportunity to take part in the International Mobility Students Program to increase their insight and academic abilities and hone soft skills in the international community. UNSIA is also active in sending students to participate in the Campus Merdeka program and producing outstanding students in the Certified Internship and Independent Study and SID program.
Hello, this is Professor Joe, Asia Cyber University President, or Universitas Siber Asia. UNSIA now fully accredited by BAMPETE, and every year, new students grow over 50% or above. Now, we'd like to move into second phase. Our professors, docents, and all staff, including me, are existing to serve our beloved students and to serve for the society and the country. For the purpose, we need to have ability for teaching and research of top quality. Through this effort, we aim to become top 10 cyber university in Asia or top 50 cyber university globally. Through this effort, we can satisfy all our stakeholders who support from heart from the beginning of the establishment of the cyber university. Please support UNSIA again, and we will do best our effort to become really respected university. Thank you very much. Terima kasih banyak.
In the future, UNSIA will continue to be committed to providing access to quality and affordable online higher education for all levels of society, generating graduates with character, innovation, and IT reliability based on the nation's noble values, and realizing the dreams of the generation who want to have a better future. Let's be part of Universitas Siber Asia. Developed countries are there.
Okay, so give applause to our Universitas Siber Asia. Okay, so now we are going to hear a speech by Rector Universitas Siber Asia, Prof. Jang Yoncho, PhD, CPA.
Terima kasih. Selamat pagi. Today is an honor to have international seminar again. Last month, we invite Professor Ko from Soonchunhyang University, most respected professor in education field in Korea. That we got a special lecture from him, not only UNSIA, but also LTT Tiga Bulu, the rectors and the Wakil rectors. Now, he basically introduced how to improve the quality of university and can be ranked globally. So I have right now have a plan, and I will announce about 2 weeks ago our new mission goal: top 10 cyber university in Asia in 5 years. To reach that goal, we need to have our docent more research oriented. Now, today, I'd like to introduce Professor Yim from Korea, actually my good friend. Okay? Yeah. He's a Dekan, the cybersecurity, like College of Security in Soonchunhyang University. He may be not the best professor in research. Maybe best research maybe we can find from the Seoul National or KAIST. But definitely he will be top 3 in Korea, like a professor working together with the industry. We don't need the professor who can do the research all day, nothing to do with the practitioner or industry. We need a professor who can work closely with the industry. He is the most respected professor doing the project to research. Later, he will introduce a lot of research projects he's doing. One example, in Korea, mobile is all intelligence. So mobile itself has a credit card. So mobile masuk in the gas station, like a benzene station, automatically the mobile has a credit card. So AI or artificial intelligence application, but his research area is how to protect the security of the mobile banking. He's a real expert. He also worked for the intelligence agency. Even he has Tigabulu research staff working for him. Think about one professor has a Tigabulu research fellow. 그러자 untuk for the Professor Yim. One example, his work is also life focus. Tao? 인생 내 것. Yeah, explain. Yeah? What is that?
Insect nekot, insect life.
Yeah.
They got flower.
Life focus.
Yeah.
Very popular in whole Asia. He is the developer of the program. So later, we will have briefly, he will show what he's doing, especially with the industry. And I proposed already through the Bauchu is right now working, invite him as a visiting scholar. Okay, so he'll teach the informatics, cybersecurity, untuk for our docent and the student doing the research, practical research, or teach our student that prepare for the future job. Okay, so I really welcome Professor Lim, and he's a very busy person, but willing to visit UNSIA. So everybody say greeting, yeah? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Professor, for your lovely speech. And ladies and gentlemen, today's special lecture will be led by our moderator, Bapak Abdul Azam Ajari, Eskom Mkom. Okay, so please welcome our moderator. Please give him a applause. Okay, so please allow me to read his curriculum vitae briefly. Okay, bisa diperlihatkan CV-nya? Agar yang teman-teman di online mungkin bisa melihat CV-nya juga ya teman-teman, moderator kita. Okay, so Bapak Azam is actually one of our lecturer in Universitas Berasia in informatic study programs, and he was graduated from Budi Luhur University for his bachelor degree and was graduated from Binus University for his master degree. And he is currently working at PSS and Republic of Indonesia as informatics expert and also as lecturer in Universitas Berasia. Okay, so without further ado, so let's begin the special lecture. Okay, so Bapak Azam, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the MC. So I will like to say good morning for Rector UNSIA, Jan Yungso, and the Vice Rector, Bapak Ucuk dan Bapak Wahab yang mungkin belum bisa hadir, dan juga teman-teman dosen dan mahasiswa yang ada di online ataupun di offline ya teman-teman. So, 안녕하세요, Profesor Kangbin Yim, 어떻게 지내세요? I'm sorry if my Korean speaks is bad. Okay, we are very grateful to have Professor Yim for his presence at the International Public Lecture of the UNSIA and for teaching us about the cybersecurity implementation, specifically in automotive. So I can say this topic will be presented in is interesting. Later we will learn something very useful that can be applied in the Indonesian industry, and especially in this cybersecurity and also especially in automotive too. So, but before we are going to his presentation, let me read his resume. Please show his resume maybe. Okay, so Mr. Kangbin Yim is a professor in the Department of Information Security Engineering at Soonchunhyang University, where he has been since 2003. He received his Bachelor of Science until PhD from the Department of Electronics Engineering at Ahui University, South Korea, in 92, 94, and 2001, respectively. So for more than 20 years, he has been mainly researching on vulnerability identification, threat analysis, and proof of concept development for software and hardware. He is also enthusiastic about architecting or commercial services regarding this topic related to his recent projects. So I researched him in Google Scholar. He actively creating scientific article, and he has focusing on health-based dynamic analysis for distributed embedded software with more than 30 research members in his lab. So his lab is Lisa, right? Okay. Due to the circumstance, deep learning driven analysis on heterogeneous fields data is the current top-level workload of the lab, particularly for automotive vehicles, industrial control system, and mobile baseband. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we don't need to linger any longer. We listen to and give a big applause to Professor Kangbin Yim for his presentation. Please, Professor, time is yours.
Okay. May I have the file? Yeah. Okay. This is the first time, like, actually, I'm honored to be here with you, to have this kind of big number of audiences. So a little bit embarrassed. Just I prepared a small presentation regarding some security topics. Usually we are doing in our lab. So I don't actually before coming here, I didn't know anything about the audiences. So I just prepared using the topics we are working on in our lab with my students and researchers. So I think I may have some maybe 30 minutes. Yeah, so I will give some introduction about my projects and the schools and our labs, including my members. Okay, can I control this?
Okay. Meta. Miss Riri. Bahasa Inggris.
So do you need a translation, sir?
If possible, yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
Do you have any student who can understand Korean language or?
Korean language is actually her expert. Her expert. Yes. Bahasa Indonesia. Okay, so we also have students in our online. Maybe
Oh, okay.
teman-teman bisa cek juga di online. So currently almost like 600 students that 595. This is our students, and they are actually right now while working and studying. So some of them is informatics, but the rest of them is from management, accounting, information system, and also communications and informatics, of course. Okay. So please proceed, sir.
Is it okay? to
Tim
use this?
teknis bisa dibantu?
I think this is not working. Oh. Not this.
One paragraph, then
Okay. The title of my speech is A Lovely Day in Lisa. Lisa is my lab. It's a lab of information systems security assurance. So we are doing on some kind of vulnerability identification and the countermeasures. So especially we are working on some targets, including as he introduced, baseband, mobile baseband, industrial control systems, and currently we are working on automotive platforms. It means vehicles, like cars and drones, robots, something. So I brought the topic about connected vehicles today.
I think the most perfect person to translate is Mr. Azam, because he actually like understanding robots and then certain that. I'm really sorry because there's some of the words of the informatics and computer is not really understanding by me who actually basic on the communication. I'm really sorry, Mr. Prof. Maybe Pak Azam can help. Thank you.
Oke, jadi Prof. Yim ini menjelaskan kalau di Lab of Information Security Assurance atau yang disebutnya LISA itu memberikan countermeasure ataupun pengenalan terkait dengan identifikasi kerentanan cybersecurity, baik itu di jaringan network ya, baseband seperti di HP, kemudian di konektivitas mobile seperti di yang terintegrasi ke dalam otomotif yang seperti Prof. Yim bilang gitu.
Next. Could you move to the next page? Is possible here? Can I control this? Maybe this? You can allow me to control. You can allow me to control it.
Share screen from your.
Yeah. Right?
You can
If
share
you
screen.
allow me
Yeah,
to.
from share screen from your device. can share screen. You can share screen from.
Yeah. Mm. For the first step, I will introduce my lab, my school, and including me. And I will briefly summarize our current research with my the lab members. So I prepared a small video. So I will play this video for you a while. Okay, and then I have some different groups in my lab. So we are working on some practical product development team. I will introduce the business development part of my lab, and then including industry support and some global relationship between other countries and our lab. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. As he introduced, my university is Soonchunhyang University. We call it SCH University globally. So we have more than 16,000 students, including 500 foreign students, and 540 graduate students, and 640 professors. And I'm in the Department of Information Security Engineering, and this department is the first one actually founded in 2001 in Korea. So these days we have more than 45 universities who that have the information security, not the exact department, but majors. But at that time, this was the first one, only one actually. So, okay. So the university is located in the city of Asan. Asan is very famous for hot spring for a long time, since 14th century. And this is a hometown of, I think you know, General Yi. He is very famous. And usually people think Asan city is very far from Seoul, but it takes 37 minutes from Seoul by high-speed train. And this is the scenery of my university, and kind of gardens and buildings. And around the university, we have many different good places to visit, like this. Museums and old buildings and gardens. And because it's very famous for hot springs, so we have many different kind of water park, like this. Okay. So, just as a reference, I brought this. We can move to the next page. Yeah, this is all of my members. I have 3 managers, 2 postdoc researchers, and for doctoral students, and many master students and undergrad interns. They are working on some different areas, including, as I said, vulnerability identification and analysis, and some business development and product development, and so on. So this is the main lab, the research space, make space, conference rooms, and we have some facilities and kind of for automotive area, we have 7 commercial cars to analyze some security aspects. And for more than 20 years, we have been working on some kind of vulnerability identification. It means we are trying to find unknown vulnerabilities, and then because hackers will try to also find some unknown vulnerabilities and attack the vulnerabilities using by developing some kind of exploit. So we need to prepare against this kind of trials. So we okay.
Tadi yang Prof. Kangbin Yim sudah sampaikan ya teman-teman ya. Di LISA itu berfokus kepada vulnerability identification analysis, yang dimana dia bertugas untuk mencari gimana sih untuk mencegah si peretas ini ataupun hacker dalam melakukan eksploitasi ke sistem yang ada di mobil ya, yang tadi otomotifnya. Sehingga tadi sudah diketahui kalau dia tuh sudah ada 7 yang tahapan yang sudah ditemukan lah intinya gitu, seperti itu.
So during the first 10 years, we had worked on some PC environments, including some office net and other general IT area, and then moved to some kind of, embedded environment, including industrial control systems and cars or mobile baseband or something. Yeah.
Jadi embedded environment itu lebih bersifat seperti hardware yang diimplementasi ke IoT, kemudian ke radio frekuensi, mobile baseband yang kita sudah pergunakan ya, seperti di BTS. Gitu.
Okay. So now we are working on vehicles. So this is maybe around 20 minutes of video. So I will play this with, actually we make a record with my researchers. So is it? How about the sound? Not working? Yeah. Maybe.
There, you can play.
Mohon maaf ini ada freeze, kesalahan teknis dulu, jadi kita ganti ke operator. Mungkin videonya bisa dijalankan, operator.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Madi from LISA Lab. I'm doing the postdoc research in the LISA Lab. And we are going to do a very cool experiment today. Here is a rainy day. Me and one of our best LISA researcher, Soonchunhyang, we are going to do the experiment and we are going to share it with you.
Hello, I'm Donghyun Ryu from LISA Lab. I'm in master degree.
As you probably know, in the car there is a lot of ECUs, and ECUs are communicating through the CAN bus. And when they're communicating, this tiny computer, they make huge amount of data, and we are recording this amount of data by this laptop. They have a different method for collecting data, and also there is a different type of CANs. So I'm going to ask our researcher, what is the different type of CAN? Can you explain briefly what they are?
Okay, let's see what types in this car. In first one there is VCAN. In second one there is PCAN. Third one is CCAN.
Okay, so for example, CCAN is a stand for chassis CAN, right?
Yeah, it is.
So PCAN for the powertrain CAN, and they collect data from different part of car, right?
Yeah, it's true.
And can you please show us how you record data with this laptop? I heard that you have an application, right?
Yeah, it is.
What is the name of that application?
Its name is PCAN View. We already made it working. So let's see the first of this. First, activate this program, and you can see there was a lot of channels. For example, we will activate this first.
Database dan dimulai ya di sini ya, dimasukkan ke dalam suatu sistemnya yang dinamakan PCAN ya. Jadi dari data di Automotive-nya diambil, kemudian untuk dilakukan analisis di dalam servernya ibaratnya gitu. Bisa lanjut.
Channel and set up a database entry code. It is bitrate 500 kilobit per second.
Great. So you give it a go?
Yeah.
Oh, great. So we are now collecting data based on different scenario, right? This is a data which car is generating during the when the car is this is a parking mode, right? Can we see when you drive how the data will change? I want to see if this is possible.
Okay, let's move on then.
Okay, because we can have a different scenario, right?
Okay, let's see what will happen.
Okay. You saw some videos about how we are collecting data in LISA, and this is a typical day. What we're doing, we are trying to collect data as much as we can. So, as you can see here, this
kita mengambil datanya itu tadi ya dari pergerakan di mobil ya. Jadi kalau mobilnya nggak bergerak, jadi datanya itu nggak dikolek. Jadi ketika mobilnya baru bergerak, nah itu datanya dikolek kemudian disimpan ke database.
To introduce yourself and tell us why we need these test beds.
Previously, you may heard about how we collect the data from multiple vehicles, but and store it to this one big server. And from the one big server, we inject the data into the test beds to simulate the vehicle when data is collected. So by simulating data set, we can do so much things that we can do on real vehicle, like security testing that could be harm vehicle, or in order to test in safe environment, we need test beds.
So for the safety purposes. And may I know how many test beds we have?
Currently, we have so many test beds, 5 test beds for 5 different networks.
That's great. So you simulate a different kind of attack on the test bed.
Datanya tadi dilakukan pada 5 perbedaan di dalam sasis, kemudian ada gerakan dan segala macam yang ada berhubungan di dalam otomotif itu sendiri, sehingga nanti dicari errornya ada di mana. Baik, dilanjut.
Like no harming any driver, right?
During our test, no one hurts.
I saw these devices also. These are kind of test bed, or what? Can you please explain?
This is actually one of our test beds, the mini test bed we call it. So in here, it's an attacker and receiver and sender. So through here, we can not only work on the data set, we also work on the attacker side and defender side. Why we need this JETS Nano mini computer? We need to attack. It's used for attacker, AI-powered attacker, and also AI-powered defender.
So it is not rumor anymore. You are making something like an intelligent attack, at the same time intelligent defense. Very great job.
So it's like skenario yang mengambil datanya, ada attacker, kemudian ada defender, sama dengan data yang dikolek oleh aplikasinya. Nah, ini menggunakan radio frekuensi ya, tadi bisa dibilang. Tadi ada antenanya juga di situ. It's right, using frequency radio. Oke, bisa dilanjut.
Like a field, a game field that attacker side attacks and defender side try to defend it.
We have a real data here, and we have a, like as you said, meticulous process for injecting packet or mimicking different attack. Have you ever done any kind of simulation for the data here?
Yeah, of course. To us, collected data set is all on our shoulders. So we're not only focusing on the test beds, we're also considering about simulation, especially vectors, canoid simulation of vector.
As I said, today is a very typical day in the LISA lab. Now we are having one of our best researchers. Actually, she is a lean expert, Miss Kim. I'm so proud to introduce her as one of our best researchers to you. So, Miss Kim, can you please explain for us?
Okay, hello, my name is UNSIA Kim. I'm a master student. This is the test bed for analysis of Yin and Kan relationship. Especially this very system is automated by program because I want to show the result that Yin and Kan data relationship.
Wow, so this
Di sini ada Lin dan Chan ya. Lin itu yang tadi seperti kita ketahui, seperti mengambil datanya menggunakan data sensor ya, ultrasonik. Ultrasonik itu bisa dibilang seperti radio frekuensi juga. Kemudian nanti diambil ditangkap dari analog untuk diubah ke dalam digital. Bentuk digitalnya bisa berupa 1010 dalam bentuk bit ataupun byte. Nah, itu tergantung dari data tersebut. Baik, dilanjut.
This one is like this ultrasonic sensor, as you told me previously. I remember you mentioned that we have 4 ultrasonic sensor like the car. You want to know when the lean data change, how it affect the CAN data, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. And what was your ultimate finding in your research?
2 ideas analysis of Yin-Kan relationship. First one is physical injection. Physical injection means obstacle installed here and moving automated. And then ultrasonic sensors have alarms, 3 steps. If obstacle is here, then the alarm sound like this. But if if obstacle is close, ultrasonic sensor, then the like
like this stuff.
changing
Wow.
stuff.
So you exactly you scale down the real model in this test bed. And
Dari tadi data yang ditemukan itu diidentifikasi dulu apakah ini mobilnya melewati obstacle seperti hambatan baik itu batu-batuan ataupun tanjakan. Nah, itu kemudian diidentifikasi nih kira-kira apakah di situ ada anomalinya atau enggak. Kalau ada anomalinya nanti dia akan menimbulkan suara yang tadi di testbednya segitu. Baik, dilanjut.
you add this test bed to the existed CAN data test bed, right?
And the second one is the Limbus.
Limbus.
Yes. Limbus, I inject the invalid data on the Limbus, then pen data will change. So that alert does not call. So I'm doing like this. Then I check the CAN and Lim relationship simultaneously.
Very great, yeah. I heard there is a very few research about Lean and the CAN data's relationship and how they affect each other. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, let me demonstrate my research. Here you can see three kinds of infotainment systems that I'm currently doing my research, and these are all different manufacturers, different kind of models. I explained that there is two kinds of methods for extracting artifacts, right? The first is the logical extraction. Here you can see on the left side that the current log of the device. Here you can see the all information of the device, like what kind of information is there and what kind of process are the driver doing. And you can even see the history of the connected devices. On the right side, you can see the current or executed processes, and you can even control the device through this terminal.
Baik. Jadi di sini
There is
ada beberapa display ya. Jadi kalau head unit di mobil-mobil kan beda-beda ya di sini. Jadi yang tadi itu untuk mendeteksi obstacle di dalam suatu sasis mobilnya, di sini di head unitnya. Ketika ada serangan, nah itu log-log tersebut di record ya ataupun disimpan, kemudian dianalisis. Nah ini berbeda dari penelitian yang sebelumnya. Penelitian yang ini lebih berfokus kepada sensor baik itu di mobil yang bisa dilihat di head unitnya. Baik, lanjut.
Usually,
Physical extraction.
actually people threw away their phones to hide the kind of evidences. But usually we are working, we are using the informatic. This is the vehicle informatic. So our phones are paired with the infotainment system, so we can collect all the kind of evidences from the informatic the systems. So,
Oke. Jadi Profesor Kim ini bisa ibaratnya tuh mengambil alih ya head unit tersebut untuk mengambil datanya. Karena kan di head unit terkoneksi nih dengan mobile phone kita. Baik itu ada data WhatsApp ataupun evidence yang mungkin kita melakukan kejahatan ataupun gimana nanti kan. Nah itu bisa diambil nih secara di-intercept lah ibaratnya kan diserang gitu oleh peretas. Nah ini menggunakan salah satu tools yang disebut parrot. Bisa dilanjut.
Alright, and here is the different kind of infotainment systems PCB board. Right now, I am finding the flash memory of the PCB board so that I can do the chip off to extract the artifacts. And on the last, let me show you our laboratory's inventory of infotainment systems that we currently possess. There is many kind of infotainment systems here, from Hyundai and Honda. Yeah, okay. Here is the end of my prepared demonstration. Thank you. Established in our lab environment. So here we have two OBUs, and two OBUs have their own antennas for valid V2X communication.
And here we have one LiDAR sensor. It's representing other ADAS sensors for automotive vehicles. And this sensor is connected with one of the OBUs. And here we have the RSU, which is the roadside unit. It's basically equipped alongside the traffic light controller on the road.
On the LiDAR. This technology nowadays enables the vehicles to drive automatically. And now we have a very young and brilliant. Yes. And when I move my hand, you analyze there, right? Yeah. Good. So we cannot reveal more because this is still this ongoing project. And before that, I mean, what is this room? Shield room, right? I know we are shielding against, cyber attack. Can you explain what this room is doing?
Yes, this shield room for blocking the signal like 4G and 5G, and we can make our own environment in that room. So
okay, can you take a look inside?
Okay.
So now we see a lot of devices here, right?
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit what devices are and what they do actually?
Yes, you can see this one. This one is USRP that generating RF signal. This is for a 5G signal.
Great.
And this one is also for the little one is for 4G. So I can make our own device, our own environment in here. So over here there is so many mobile devices. So I can analyze each baseband or each mobile phone. So
great. So currently, how many projects you are doing?
Currently, I'm making a 5G Open RAN environment now. So I'm making Open RAN
kan masuk ke head unit ya. Sedangkan kalau ini bagaimana si mobil ini ataupun automotive ini akan melakukan blocking terhadap sinyal-sinyal yang ada di BTS kayak di 5G ya, 5G, 4G. Nah, itu bagaimana signal itu tidak masuk ke dalam mobil tersebut. Nah, ini biasanya ada namanya algoritma dari sangkar Faraday yang mungkin nanti bisa dipelajari teman-teman ya. Jadi sangkar Faraday itu bagaimana si suatu wadah itu melakukan pemblokiran terhadap internet ataupun radiofrekuensi. Nah, biasanya itu di dalam bungkus ciki itu bisa kita pergunakan sebagai sangkar Faraday, gitu teman-teman.
Environment for analyzing yes.
And later on you can apply. And now we are going to this lab. But before everything, I want to introduce one guy here, Prof. Yim. Yes, he's always watching this researcher. Hello, Han. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah. Look. Wow. Great. We have a good researcher like him. He's always busy and do the things. So I want to go to that corner, very quiet corner. But before that, look at the agents here. Hello. How are you? Great. What are you doing?
Lanjut bagian yang ini di skip.
Previous presentation, Reza, can you please tell us?
Thank you, Dr. Mahadi. At first, our data collection team collect the data set. So that raw data we collected from our normal, compare those attack data set with normal data set, and after that we extract the feature, and in CAN there is a several types of data set. So which feature is the responsible for which operation or which abnormal behave, we try to find out this. According to this we label the data. So after labeling the data, we put into the deep learning model, and we try to find out which model, which architecture is the best for IDS, and after that we compare for the hardware configuration, which hardware configuration is the best, competition is best,
yeah, great.
Or low cost.
Yeah, great. We are continuing our typical day in LISA, as I said, and I'm so happy to introduce one of our bright youngest researcher, Mr. Ibrahim, who is working on this safety system. As you saw in all of the previous presentation, we mostly focus on the security. And the cybersecurity of car is a concern about safety. So here in LISA, we embark on the safety system for the car as well. So Ibrahim, can you please introduce yourself to us and tell us what you are going to do in your research?
Thank you, Dr. Mahdi. As you know, millions of traffic accidents happen yearly, and you can see a lot of people dying on these traffic accidents. That's why after 2014, government started focusing on preventing these kind of accidents by analyzing the emotions of drivers, because traffic accidents are closely related to emotions, both positive and negative. You can see a lot of types of research done in this field, like voice recognition, electroencephalogram, electrocardiogram, but the most widely used technique for emotion recognition nowadays is facial expression recognition, because you can see a really great boost in AI system.
Jadi tadi dijelaskan ya kalau lab si Lisa ini melakukan preventive action ataupun melakukan meminimalisir dari car accident ataupun insiden yang dapat terjadi akibat serangan dari peretas ketika kita mengendarai autonomous car. Autonomous car itu seperti apa? Autonomous car yang mungkin sudah bisa bergerak sendiri tanpa perlu kita kontrol. Kemudian ada juga yang sistem secara otomatis, parking sistemnya, dan hal itu bisa menjadi celah serangan dari automotive car-nya gitu. Baik, lanjut.
In AI technology, and CNN convolutional neural networks achieved great results in defining the emotional state of the drivers. And actually, I started my research. I started this research approximately 7 months ago. And when I started using vanilla CNN models, I discovered some problems because they are too high in computational power and low in test accuracy, lower than 90%, which is not good if we want to implement them in the intelligent vehicles. So what I decided to do, I decided to optimize those CNN models and boost the accuracy of the CNN models and decrease the computational power.
Wow, that's great. Yeah.
So we came up with a new technique, which is called patch extraction attention layers. I changed the structure of existing frequently used and famous CNN models like ResNet 50, Inception V3, Exception, MobileNet V1, and other and 5 more models. And I changed the structure. I boosted.
Adalah suatu algoritma CNN dari deep learning ya ataupun artificial intelligence, gimana itu diimplementasikan di dalam embedded systemnya, embedded system di automotive car-nya ya. Baik itu untuk mendeteksi tadi sasis mobil, head unit, blocking signal, sampai dengan deep learning-nya diimplementasikan. Nah, CNN itu suatu algoritmanya. Baik, bisa dilanjut.
The accuracy by at least 8%.
We can move
at
to
most.
the normal presentation.
It's the subject is too much specific, so it might be very difficult to understand the details. So even though we briefly prepared the material, but we need to move to some broad ones. So I will just introduce the business development for. Okay, thank you. So in LISA, actually, for long ago, we implement this kind of video surveillance system. So our student developed this solution first in Korea. So we conceptually designed this product and implement it and deploy it into our government system.
Baik, jadi ini adalah sistem pengawasan yang dibuat di LISA ya teman-teman ya. Jadi misalkan ketika ada suatu kecelakaan sehingga itu bisa dideteksi. Dideteksinya nanti entah dilaporkan ke ambulan ataupun rumah sakit terdekat ataupun kepolisian gitu.
During for 5 years from 2000, we had a lot of companies who developed as kind of networked cameras. So heterogeneous network cameras are too much up here. So we integrated all the different protocols and different video processing algorithms into one, and this provides a single one integrated servers to support all the different network cameras.
Baik, jadi semua datanya itu disimpan ke dalam satu database yang cukup besar ya, bisa dibilang itu big datanya di LISA.
And because the cameras are from remotely operated from the server or working environment, so we need to give some ID and password, including some IP addresses or something, phone numbers. So we just hide all the connecting information into our server, and then create some user accounts to share for people, and then we can hide all of the secret things about the cameras.
Jadi kamera tersebut tidak bisa diketahui ya teman-teman. Jadi misalkan dicari di Google pun tidak ketemu karena itu di hide ya, di hide sedemikian rupa sehingga itu tidak bisa di crawling oleh Google dan itu memiliki hak akses yang terbatas.
At the time, actually, more than 8 clients are connecting to network camera. Then it actually, the DDoS attack.
Yeah.
It's like a DDoS attack. So the camera could not work. So using our server, then we can more than some maybe 1,000 people can connect to the server, and the video streams are all distributed into collected from the server, the cameras, and then the video streams can be distributed to all the clients. So
jadi semuanya itu dilakukan dari penghindaran itu karena pernah terjadinya DDoS ya, serangan DDoS itu ibaratnya 1000 komputer menyerang satu server secara bersama-sama. Nah, hal itulah yang menyebabkan IP kamera itu tidak bisa diakses lagi, tidak bisa dibuka, tidak bisa dilihat. Nah, jadi itulah kenapa dihindari.
This is another small one, evaluating the software for mobile phone. At that time, there was some big accident kind of problem on the phone, so they sophisticatedly investigate the problems. So we developed this kind of products to support the Samsung mobile phones. And then this is also very recently implemented for NSHC. NSHC is a company. The headquarters is in Singapore, but the Korean company. But the name is originated from Network Security Hacking Club. This was the first company for white hacking. So we are working with together, and we also have a branch office in our lab, our campus, and working together.
Nah, Lisa juga memprovide ya tadi suatu alat untuk melakukan serangan, yaitu network security hacking bersifatnya cloud. Nah, itu tadi menggunakan frekuensi radio yang sudah bekerja sama dengan perusahaan NSHC di Singapura.
And I think for youngsters here may have some experience with this self-photo studio. This is the first and most famous brand in Korea, and we developed this. Originally, we conceptually designed this business and then implement the software and the server, mobile app on total solution for the creative cultural space service. So they are now spreading into all the world.
Oke, jadi Lisa juga memberikan atau memprovide ya si live forecast kalau kita kenal ini sebagai photobox yang ada di seluruh Korea, di mana sistemnya tersebut terkoneksi ke database yang ada di Lisa. Gitu.
So this is the result of our R&D center. Like we also run the kind of testing room commercially, so we made some good fund for our members. And these days we are working on the electric car charging stations. So we also, this is a member of our consortium, Blue Networks. They asked us to develop a new style of the charging station and including the surveillance servers. So we are working on this as a new project.
Saat ini Lisa ini sedang mengerjakan salah satu project untuk Blue Networks ya terkait dengan charging station untuk electric vehicle gitu.
So we also have a branch center in our campus. And so because we are working on some practical things, the items and research projects, so many people from our government branches or some industry kind of companies and other foreign people are visiting our lab to look around. Yeah. And like this, from companies. And because we have a good relationship with some industrial people, and including many companies in Korea, so we are working on some new kind of. We are trying to find some good items to work together. So we usually have some workshops or some meetings, lectures to find some good items for industries.
Nah, jadi kalau teman-teman punya ide terkait dengan apa sih yang ingin diterapkan di industri, Lisa ini juga menyediakan kolaborasi terkait dengan country visit ya tadi seperti profesor lecture yang saat ini kita lakukan, dan juga bisa juga sebagai menampung ide-ide teman-teman kalau ada yang ingin bergerak di bidang industri.
So we are also working with some foreign teams, including the countries like the Philippines and Mongolia, like this. We have a good relationship with the University of San Carlos in Cebu, on the Philippines. So we gradually developed our relationship, and these days we are working on some. We are hosting some workshops and kind of some lectures together. So these are the pictures taken in our events. So because the university doesn't have an information security department or majors, we prepare some classes to give the student there about the basic, the fundamental theories or some practical aspect of the information security engineering. So.
Jadi ini global relationship yang dilakukan oleh Lisa. Ini sudah bekerja sama dengan Filipina dan negara-negara lain ya, terkait dengan gimana caranya mereka mengenal atau memperkuat fondasi fundamental dari cybersecurity, gimana cybersecurity itu dilakukan, gimana si hacker itu masuk ataupun menyusup. Nah ini dilakukan untuk memberikan edukasi atau cybersecurity awareness. Gitu.
And in Mongolia, we have usually in a year we have more than 30 students from Mongolia. So in our department, we have more than 50 Mongolian students because they spend 2 years in their school, the Mongolian University's Science of Technology. So they, after finishing the 2-year course, and then they moved to our department to finish the rest 2 years, and then some of them are usually joining our lab as a master student and doctoral students. So gradually, the frequency we have some event working together. We visited the Mongolia and met some government people, industry people, and including banks, the prosecutors and other company guys. And we are also developing some kind of business items to get all together.
Jadi Lisa juga melakukan pertukaran mahasiswa terkait dengan mahasiswa yang ingin memfokuskan diri terkait dengan tadi ya radio frekuensi, kemudian automotive. Nah itu dia tadi melakukan pertukaran dari untuk master sampai dengan doktoral programnya.
So yeah, also we have some good relationship with Cambodia and Malaysia or other, including Japan and China, Taiwan. But I just introduced 2 partners. So because I had no time to prepare some kind of materials or the lectures for this event. So also I didn't know that actually I couldn't expect this many audience will be attending. So but I think we can gradually make some kind of good relationship with my lab or other labs in Korea from different universities in Korea and the UNSIA as well as some other university in Jakarta, or actually I have some good relation with ITB also. So many professors already visited our lab and had a good time, and also I visited ITB many times, so we had a good relationship. So we can share all the resources and relationships all together with actually because I respect a lot the President Cho. So thank you very much for President Cho to invite me for this kind of big event. Thank you very much.
Profesor Kangbin Yim tuh nggak menyangka kalau yang akan hadir, baik itu di online ataupun di offline, ini jumlahnya banyak ya. Jadi dia tidak mempersiapkan presentasinya secara cukup. Jadi ya kira-kira seperti itu ya. Kemudian juga di dalam perjalanannya ke Indonesia, ternyata Profesor Kim ini sudah beberapa kali berrelasi dengan ITB. dalam melakukan program project ataupun riset ya. Nah, ini juga kita bisa ibaratnya kerjasamakan gitu, kemudian mungkin dengan UNSIA ya gitu ya.
So, and I think this is the first step for us to collaborate. Actually, we have much research all together. Actually, UNSIA has also big research. So if we collaborate with each other, then we can make a good result very soon in the future, I think. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So please big applause once again to Professor Kangbin Yim.
Okay, thank you very much.
It was a very insightful presentation from Prof. Kangbin Yim. So I can summarize a few points he showed to us in his presentation. So he talked a lot about Lab of Information Security Assurance, or namely LISA. It is a lab that doing some research about vulnerability identification analysis, di mana dia akan membuat suatu identifikasi terkait dengan kerentanan-kerentanan apa saja yang ada di global ya, baik itu jaringan ataupun frekuensi radio yang tadi seperti dijelaskan. Kemudian di sini juga kita juga mengetahui terkait dengan vulnerability apa aja sih yang ada di mobile ataupun automotive industri. Baik itu tadi ada yang namanya sasis mobile untuk obstacle, kemudian head unique attacks, and then preventive actionnya itu dia melakukan blocking signal. Kemudian semuanya itu diintegrasi. In LISA, they integrate with using deep learning system environment. And also it is to reduce car accident and incident and preventing it. Using this video surveillance system, network camera integrating algorithm that connected to server that they are used to analysis frequently, gitu teman-teman. Okay. If participant who join physically or virtually would like to ask a question to Prof. Kangbin Yim, I will limit the time to 15 minutes, only for 3 questions. Maybe someone want to ask something?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Permisi Pak, mohon maaf pakai bahasa Indonesia. Saya ingin bertanya, sebelumnya nama saya Aditya Nugraha dari Prodi Sistem Informasi Universitas Indonesia. Saya ingin bertanya, tadi kan dibahas juga tentang frekuensi yang radio itu ya. Nah di situ kan banyak contohnya Pak, kayak iDrop, mungkin ShareIt, dan ya aplikasi-aplikasi khusus seperti itu. Terus tadi juga ada AI system. Nah kan itu juga berpengaruh terhadap internetnya Pak, untuk cyber attack-nya ini. Nah di internet kan per region itu biasanya tingkat keamanannya itu kan berbeda-beda ya Pak. Misalkan kayak di kita dengan VPN aja itu aplikasi yang diblokir kominfo bisa dibuka gitu. Terus kemarin saya sempat ada di seminar Nvidia juga dari Nvidia itu mengatakan tentang teknologi lama seperti HP-HP Symbian itu masih bisa melakukan cyber attack. Sedangkan sekarang kan difokuskannya itu untuk misalkan aplikasi dari iOS dan Android doang. Sedangkan aplikasi-aplikasi dari yang lama itu sudah dilupakan. Padahal disitulah dampak yang terbesarnya itu. Mungkin pendapat dari Bapak itu bagaimana Pak? Dan itu terkait dengan kayak database-nya juga mungkin Pak. Apakah kita harus membuat sendiri karena kan SQL juga ada SQL inject yang bisa diretasnya gitu kan. Terima kasih Pak.
Okay, thank you. So we have a question from our student, Mr. Kim. He talked about the frequency radio, like using an airdrop and AI system. It will affect in the internet networks. So is there any action that can we simplify to take next level of cybersecurity differently, or we need to create an environment individually? So we okay. The internet will affect the frequency radio and AI and the AI system.
The internet.
Yeah.
Will be affected.
Yeah. You are using the network to capture the video surveillance and gathering it into the one server database.
You mean the older project?
Yeah.
The video surveillance system. So there.
So he asked about, is there we can create one database to create individually, or we can create something that can simplify the high level of cybersecurity to prevent the attacks in the database?
Actually, at the time, it has been more than 10 years. I mean, these days, the database and the storage system is very important. So we are using some public domain storages, like in cloud. But at that time, we just deployed some private database and the storage for the servers. So I don't know if I just completely understood your question, but at the time, just local video recorders had the recorded files locally. So if you some bad guys attack the local area to destroy all the video storage, then we couldn't recover all the recorded files. But at the time, I proposed to prepare some second auxiliary storage system to protect remotely the recorded files. But these days, it's very easy to prepare this kind of the separated storage systems. But to defend against the attackers targeting the cloud storage or other storage systems is another problem. So we need to prepare some kind of defending solutions or technologies to protect the remote storage or databases.
It can be using IDS or IPS, right?
Right. These days we are focusing on zero trust, but that is a kind of the alternative to the firewall. Actually, we are trying to protect the periphery environment, but it is very difficult to divide the domains into inner domain or outer domain. It's not useless anymore.
Jadi
useful anymore actually. So.
Jadi Prof Kim menjelaskan ya tadi ya, kalau kita ingin membuat suatu ibarat tadi ya database untuk mengcapture semua video ataupun gambar di dalam CCTV, itu pastikan kita membutuhkan resource yang cukup besar ya di cloud. It specifically di cloud nih yang saat ini sekarang lagi berkembang. Tapi kalau kita hanya menggunakan secara tradisional, itu belum bisa dikatakan aman. Makanya kita membutuhkan suatu firewall, yaitu Intrusion Detection System atau IDS, ataupun IPS, Intrusion Prevention System. Nah, Itu adalah salah satu tool yang mungkin bisa diterapkan untuk mengamankan. Karena kita saat ini sedang berada di zaman zero trust, kita tidak percaya kepada siapapun gitu. Gitu sih Mas. Apakah sudah menjawab Mas? Siap.
So, yeah.
Ada lagi yang ingin bertanya?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Professor Kangbin Yim. I introduce myself. My name is Lukman Silalahi. So very interesting about video present by you, Prof. Kang. However, this is a project carried out by several students. Yeah, several students under the guidance or supervision of Professor Kang in LISA. So the question is, can you convey a research roadmap from LISA in terms of the next 5 years from now? Today, I am currently studying in doctoral program. So, with your honor, I want to collaborate with you, Professor Kang, with the finding of the problem to be solved are currently the routing condition is already talking about megadata, yeah, megadata, data besar, big data. But today we won't go through to gigadata, giga or teradata. So when there is one disruption or one congestion in routing, then routing is mandatory to determine quickly using AI. Two questions. The first, can you convey a research roadmap from Lisa in terms of the next 5 years from now, and can we collaborate research about giga traffic engineering segment routing? Thank you.
Okay, yeah. It's a very important issue, right? So also we are collecting all the heterogeneous data from cars and other devices into one single cloud, but the size is really gigantic. So also, actually, I don't like to use AI. So I usually use the word cognitive technology, because just if we call the technology like AI, then it looks like a kind of a small processing, just one entity. But gradually we need to move to some multiple AIs and divide into different levels of data sets. And so we are working, actually the postdoctoral researcher in our lab is working on process mining. So we need to divide all the algorithms into different levels. So we need to hire or deploy some different AI engines dedicated to the different levels. So just one AI cannot resolve this problem. So we need to derive some specific processes for some specific aspect of processing requirements. So we just call, usually in the world, the researchers call it multiple AI, but we use this word cognitive environment instead of the multiple AI, because we need to understand all the situation just using the data. So maybe we are actually now practically preparing the technology like this, but in the recent, the near 5 years future, then we will move to this kind of environment or the items to research on. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So yeah, so if you want to collaborate with us, then we can, yeah, I will contact you. Also, you can contact me. Then my members will actually have some plan to collaborate.
Baik, untuk teman-teman yang online, jadi Profesor Kim ini memberitahu kita kalau satu AI itu tidak bisa memperbaiki masalah ya, masalah yang satu besar. Makanya Profesor Kim menyebutkan kalau mereka menggunakan cognitive environment teknologi, di mana itu adalah kolaborasi bersama antara satu komunitas dan komunitas lain menggunakan macam-macam AI untuk menyelesaikan masalah yang bisa dibilang sama ya gitu teman-teman ya. Jadi seperti itu. Is there any question? Zoom? Oke. Mungkin yang raise hand bisa unmute.
Hello, Numpang izin tanya.
Oke, silakan.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Kim. First thing first, welcome to Indonesia. And I'm curious, with all of the research that you have done, of course, it has produced a massive of research data. Now, what I want to ask is, has Lisa referred to the use of blockchain technology? And because as far as I know, blockchain technology can guarantee data integrity and prevent data manipulation or data leaks. And has there been any study regarding the use of blockchain technology at LISA? And what are the considerations if you haven't used blockchain technology? Thank you.
I couldn't exactly understand the.
Mungkin bisa diulang lagi pertanyaannya Mbak, tadi kurang terdengar jelas.
Okay. So just based on our understanding, I will explain the some of the issue. I think you asked me about the usage of the data, right?
In blockchain technology.
No. I want to ask you if you ever considered using blockchain technology as storing your research data.
So usually for the countermeasure technology, we need to use blockchain technology as a fundamental one, because we are including the vehicles, many distributed software need to be updated online, and in some forensic reason also we need to preserve some data as it was. So we need to, actually in security area we call it integrity assurance. So we need to keep the integrity of the code or data. So to meet the requirement, we need to use some different kind of security technology, including cryptography, but distributed in a distributed environment, blockchain is the best candidate for this. So as you said, blockchain is the best solution to preserve the integrity of the distributed codes or data. So we also prepare actually in a theoretical research area, we are working on blockchain and other technologies, but for the practical issues or practical area, the industries are not considering practically use the blockchain. So we need to try to help them to adapt the blockchain technologies.
Baik, jadi Mbak tadi untuk teknologi blockchain itu bisa digunakan sebagai countermeasure untuk memberikan integritas dari suatu data tersebut ya. Misalkan case spesifiknya itu di updating software. Nah, updating software itu bisa kita integrasikan, kita lihat ya kira-kira miss and match-nya di mana menggunakan blockchain. Nah, itu bisa. Jadi ada banyak teknik, tapi blockchain itu bisa digunakan, kira-kira seperti itu. Is there any question again? Okay.
Hello, Mr. Kim. Introduce myself, Nurhayati Siregar, but I'm not from informatics. I'm from accounting. There is a very interesting about cybersecurity. My majoring is forensic accounting and audit forensic. So can you, would you please, how protect accounting through auditing, integrating to AI, maybe for protect to fraud? That is all my question.
Fraud means?
Fraud.
Fraud? The cloud.
To preventive fraud. Corruption.
Yeah.
Can AI tools can use to that area? Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yes, for forensic accounting. Yes.
Fraud. Actually, it's a very difficult problem. Actually, collecting the personal information is the base of the area, right? So even though we prepare some kind of a good solution for that, so it might be very difficult to collect the personal information or data at the first step. So this is a personal opinion, but we need to prepare some kind of regulations about that. The kind of it's not a technology issue. So, but we can find some good technological candidate for the solutions. But before that, we need to prepare some kind of regulations for this. And then for some very sensitive information, we need to filter out all the but technologically we can anonymize all the information from people, but even these days it is very difficult to adapt this kind of new technology like the personal information anonymization. So, yeah. In a forensic area, we actually, because we are information technology engineers, so our government asked us to investigate all the secret information from some devices like encrypted storages, including the USB memories. Actually, even now, some products have their own hardware element inside the memory to protect the personal information by the incorporated hardware itself. But because we are working on hardware and software co-analysis technology, so it has been easier than others to find, to collect the secret information from the protected storage. But to do that, we need to be allowed by the government or the agent. So just it means even in the vehicular forensics, actually the manufacturers will not usually allow, but because these projects were given by our government organizations, so there was a kind of chances for us to analyze this kind of systems and data. So as a forensic area, so I think this area is for engineers. We had some very difficult to approach. Yeah, so they're not yes, so not this is not a technology issue. So the kind of legal issue. Very strong.
Now Indonesia also trying to adopt the protection of a personal data. So that's why it's not easy.
So only just we cannot propose. We were just asked for this area. Yeah.
Is there any probability if we analyze by the final year reports of the banks and the final year report of the Indonesian bank, any chance to investigate the fraud?
Because we were specialized in the hardware area, so usually security experts are not working on hardware usually. But even for me, because I heard many students here online studied and they are studying and working in parallel. So I also spent my whole young period to work on some practical things, implementing some products for companies. So we are working on hardware and software together. Oh, I forgot the question. What was that?
Is there any probability to analyze account forensic from the final year report?
So we found many different kind of hardware intrinsic vulnerabilities related to the environment about the banking services. Every day you use your password and including IDs. But because of the intrinsic vulnerabilities incorporated into the PC, the PC was designed during 70s, the basic structure. So even now we are using the product designed in 70s. So at that time, the engineers couldn't consider the security problems. So we found many different kind of the intrinsic hardware vulnerabilities. So it is impossible to protect your ID and password on this existing hardware. So that's the problem. But we even still mitigate the problem. So we don't have some perfect solution, even including software, but especially for hardware. But security problem is a kind of competition between attackers and defenders. And the value of the resources are changing and different from the different stakeholders. So we need to invest. Also, attackers will invest to take the resources from others. So we need to assess the problems and the amount of resources to contribute, invest. So that is very difficult. I think it's more difficult than the technology. So it's a kind of political and management issue, accounting issue or something. So we need to consider many things, but impossible. So we need to collaborate with each other from different areas.
Oke, jadi Prof. Kim menjelaskan ya kalau sebenarnya untuk melakukan analisis terhadap final year report juga agak sulit karena kita perlu melakukan kolaborasi juga baik itu dengan PPATK, kemudian ada juga Bank Indonesia, OJK, dan hal itu juga sudah terregulasi di Undang-Undang PDP Indonesia. So Indonesia have a personal data protection which launched in 2022. So in our law is we can conclude the identification what the data that is secret and the data is public. So, but until now I don't know if there any consideration about the data bank account or something that is secret or publicly, because it's not at that law. Okay. So, okay. Is there any question again?
Pak Azam yang di raise hand.
Oke. Boleh.
Dengan Trisha Aurel, iya. Dan nanti ada di chat, nanti akan dipertunjukkan. Silakan.
Pretty dark in here. I'm so sorry about this. Can you hear me? Excuse me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for the opportunity to be communicating with Mr. Kang. So I do have a question about cyber security. So we have heard about like how different countries have different regulations and different security measures over their cyber security. So the thing is, like, what I want to ask, there are applications and websites such as Reddit, maybe Tumblr, Omegle, that in Indonesia, we cannot access such websites because they do not abide by our safety regulation, our cybersecurity regulations. What do you think about how exactly can we actually adhere to actually regulate our application or maybe like our websites to be accessible to multiple to multiple countries and accessible to them while they all have a different cybersecurity regulations, safety regulations. Thank you.
Yeah, so from country to country, the regulations are all different. But I think, as I mentioned about zero trust, the world is moving to a new world. So we are all just a one, right? So actually, the barrier or boundary will be disappeared. So very soon, we are working in just one domain inside. As I said, boundary security is not necessary or useful. So as you mentioned, the intrusion detection system or intrusion protection system, prevention system, or so they are getting more important than firewall. If we mention about the network security, so but as well as the network security, all environment will need to include some kind of deep learning or cognitive environment, cognitive technology to continually trace the behaviors of the members inside. Actually, all the days, some limited people might use some specific service. It means we had limited members in a domain. Others are all outside. So it was very important to keep the boundary. So we need to, at the time, we needed to evaluate the identity of people who are approaching into the services. But these days, we are using the same services altogether. It means we will be allowed to get into a service altogether. It means actually in a technology aspect, we usually mentioned about the authentication and authorization. So between authentication and authorization, authentication is like is about proving the identity. Authorization is about the control of the each access. So the authorization is getting more important than authentication these days. So just a boundary check is not useful these days. So as you asked, and I already mentioned, the deep learning based or cognitive environment is getting more important to even to the security area to check all the behaviors, and then we need to find out all the very small misbehaviors.
Prof. Kim. Okay. So is there any Korea regulation to blocking or unblocking the websites, malware or fraud or scam based on cybersecurity regulation in South Korea?
So even for us, we have some regulations about some port-based the control, but I'm actually in a negative part against the policy. Actually, as I said, according to the question from her, actually, even though I explained the kind of access control, but even in the kind of web environment, the problem is the same, I think. So just a very simple policy to limit the access is not useful these days. We need to have some adaptive control against access. We need to allow all the access and then trace the behavior.
Oke, jadi Mbak tadi dijelasin sama Prof. Ini, kalau regulasi ini sebenarnya agak sulit ya mengikuti perkembangan zaman, karena kan setiap zaman itu pasti berbeda-beda ya, seperti mungkin gen boomers, kemudian ke gen milenial, ke gen Z sekarang saat ini. Nah, hal itu akan sangat sulit untuk mengikuti cybersecurity regulation. Bahkan di Indonesia saat ini terkait dengan Undang-Undang Ketahanan Keamanan Siber itu masih belum dibicarakan di DPR. Jadi akan agak sulit untuk melakukan sosialisasi terkait dengan regulasi di bidang keamanan siber ini ya. Karena belum dapat diketahui karena Undang-Undang Ketahanan Keamanan Sibernya aja belum ada. Apakah regulasi ini dimiliki oleh salah satu kementerian atau bagaimana? Nah, itu perlu ditindaklanjuti untuk Indonesia di situnya sih gitu. Kira-kira gimana Mbak? Apa ada pertanyaan lanjutan? Baik, jika tidak ada lagi pertanyaan, so thank you very much, Prof. Kangbin Yim. Kamsahamnida, thank you again.
Okay, thank you. And maybe our members are attending, joining the Zoom online. So, okay, hi. Just at the end, they will say hello. Okay, some of my lab members are attending the conference call.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe thank you for Professor Yim for his presence and presentation at UNSIA. I hope this can be useful for us to improve our ability and knowledge to ensure cybersecurity in the Indonesian industry, exclusively in automotive industry. So thank you very much for the question. It's time for me to return to the MC. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Big applause, everyone, to our special lecturer and our moderator. Okay, so thank you. What an insightful session. And we hope one day UNSIA and also Lisa can collaborate together, maybe. Yeah. Okay. So before we close today's lecture, I would like to invite Prof. Jang Yon Cho, PhD, and also Bapak Ucuk Darussalam. Yeah. To give Prof. Cho to give souvenir, yeah, to the special lecture and also moderator.
Yeah, before I'd like to make briefly a final remark that the Professor Yim showed that a cooperation with the Mongolian University. I hope that down Dwarima, I'd like to send our student to Korea, hopefully. Yeah? Okay. Okay. Ya, Profesor Yim. Ya, terima kasih. Okay.
Okay, so we can take picture together. Okay, thank you, Professor. And also Bapak Ucup Darussalam to give the souvenir to our moderator today, Bapak Azam. Okay, let's take picture together. Okay. Okay, so give applause again to our special lecturer and also Bapak Azam. Okay, and also thank you for translating this material for today. Okay, so as we draw this wonderful session to a close, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our special lecturer once again, Prof. Kangbin Yim, okay, for sharing his expertise with us today. Kamsahamnida. And I also like to thank you all for participating this event. Untuk teman-teman juga yang ada di Zoom, teman mahasiswa, terima kasih atas sesi yang interaktif sekali ya teman-teman untuk pertanyaannya. Kami mohon maaf untuk waktu yang sangat singkat, jadi teman-teman mungkin ada beberapa pertanyaan yang tidak bisa kita cantumkan gitu ya, tapi semoga bisa ada lain kesempatan. Ya, baik, on behalf of Universitas Siberasia, thank you all for being here and we wish you a wonderful rest for today. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Oke, untuk link sertifikat bisa di-copy ya. Kemudian nanti bisa diakses kemudian setelah kegiatan. Oke, untuk Bapak Ibu yang sudah hadir di sini bisa sesi foto dulu. Silakan maju ke depan. Kita bisa foto dengan special lecturer kita. Baik, silakan. You can come forward to in front of the stage to take picture together. Makasih Pak Azam. Soalnya saya mau bukan iya. Makasih Pak Azam, thank you banget. Informatik, siapa informatik? Ah iya Bapak. Ya monggo Bapak Ibu silakan maju ke depan. Pak Ucup bisa di tengah Bapak. Pak Ucup bisa di tengah Bapak. Monggo Pak, bisa di tengah. Ya.
You come here. Very good job.
Ya Ibu.
Bapak mohon izin boleh tukar dengan Bu Vera, siap. Miring Pak. Bu, enggak, Kauca tengah. Kauca tengah.
Teman-teman yang online bisa nyalakan kamera untuk foto bersama ya teman-teman. Terima kasih Mas Alta. Thank you everyone.